Welcome to the stage, Tucker Bearden.
Howdy, how y'all doing?
Excellent.
Y'all having a good time here?
Yeah.
Well, look, I thought I was going to be interviewed, but apparently I'm giving a speech. I ain't been prepared for it. But you know, the best things in this world are the ones that come out of nowhere. My name is Tucker Bearden, and I am a practitioner of change. You know, a wise man once said that without the darkness, your light would hold absolutely no value. Well, when I was 8 years old, I was diagnosed with a neurological abnormality that hinders one's natural abilities to understand social cues as well as emotional responses. Asperger's for short. And I've been fired from over 20 different jobs. I've endured homelessness, addiction, and bullying so intense that I have been literally doused with gasoline and chased through the woods with lit Roman candles. Been beaten within an inch of my life. I'm 25 years old and I've endured 2 heart attacks due to anxiety because I wanted to be one of you. I wanted to be normal. I wanted to be able to go to Walmart and shop for my own groceries. I want to be able to shop for my own clothes. And today I get to wear a suit for the first time in front of anybody. You know, I learned many things on this journey. But one of the greatest things I learned is that if you be the blessing for others, you will live within blessings. Every person has a message, and I'm talking about you. And every message has a purpose. And you know, I didn't know how I was going to do this. I had no idea. I used to work with thoroughbreds. I don't know if anybody in here knows anything about the horse industry, but it ain't nothing easy. We worked 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I didn't get a single day off for 3 years. And people complain about having to work on Saturday. Well, when you work in a thoroughbred industry, due to the fact you work so long, you got to find a way to entertain yourself. And I was searching through YouTube one day trying to find free movies. And I came across this life-changing thing known as TEDx. And my life truly changed forever. I knew in a moment a fire lit in my soul. This is what I'm meant to do. This is what I was put on this earth for. But who are you? Who are you to stand in front of 1,000, 10,000, or even 20 people and share a message when you can't even go to Walmart without having life-threatening panic attacks? You can't go shop for your own clothes. You can't even go out to eat at McDonald's without ending up in the hospital. Who are you? And I kept watching TED Talks. And to be honest, till this day, we got a few TED speakers in here. Right there. And I haven't missed one. I watch them every single day. My alarm clock is set to go off on the newest TED Talk that has been released. Every single day. And I knew that there had to be a way to overcome this life-threatening anxiety. Because no matter what challenge you have, it can be overcome. So I sat down and I thought about it and I'm like, man, what do I do? How do I overcome this? I've been diagnosed with this since I was a kid. They define me by somebody who cannot speak to people or more or less in front of people, and it came to me in an instant. Pizza. Pizza was the answer to all my problems. Yeah, buddy. And I like me some pizza. So I was making $179 a week. And I had a bicycle and a bungee cord. And I realized something. I don't know if any of y'all ever been to Louisville, Kentucky, but that's where I was working at the time at Churchill Downs. And I realized that there were a lot of homeless people there. And I knew that there had to be a way to overcome my personal challenge. So I took $50 out of that $179 every week. And I went to Little Caesars and I got 6 $5 hot and ready pizzas every day. I strapped them to my bicycle and I rode around town and I walked up to homeless people and I'd give them a pizza and I'd sit down beside them. I'd say, tell me your story, brother. Share some wisdom with me. And in that, I learned how to overcome anxiety. I found that it was all in the mind. It was never in the diagnosis. See, a diagnosis does not define who you are or what you are capable of achieving. Someone else's observation of you holds no power over you unless you give it the power to control your life. You must understand this. I had to come to understand this. And when I'm sitting down with these people, they shared messages with me that were truly life-changing in ways that I could never imagine. Not only did I learn how to communicate, I learned how to listen. And I'm going to tell you something for the men here in the room tonight, and the women are going to agree. Y'all going to love me for this one. Ain't no man ever listened his way out of a relationship. Just saying. And ain't no man ever listened his way out of a job. See, wisdom comes from the greatest challenges we have. Like I said, without your darkness, the light would hold absolutely no value. And I came to understand something that was very important when listening to the messages of the people that were walked past every single day. And I've been homeless. I know how that feels. Now, I never begged for a dime, because where I come from, that ain't part of the game. But I found that these people, even though they didn't have money, I ain't wealthy. I'll be honest with y'all. I struggle to come to these events. But you know what? Ain't nothing in this world going to stop me from doing what I was put here to do. Look, if you have information, and each and every one of you do, each of you has a challenge. There's a man sitting right over here. I'd love for y'all to please give him a round of applause. Marshall Gillen, stand up for me for just a moment. That man right there inspired me to share my story. Inspired me to do what I'm doing here today. Thank you.
Yeah, boy. It's all you, brother.
Listen, if you have information, if you have knowledge capable of improving the lives of others, it is a raw act of selfishness to withhold that information from the world. You were put here for a reason. You were put here for a purpose. And it ain't just to take up a bag of skin, bones, and waste time. You have 86,400 seconds in a day. Did you know? If you sleep 8 hours a day, within 10 years you will have been asleep 3.4.77 years. That is a third of your life. Look, we ain't got time to waste. Share your message. Be the blessing for others. Take chances. Step out of your comfort zone. And become the greater version of yourself that you were destined to be. See, I'm not a motivational speaker, though people believe I am. See, I'm going to explain something to you that a lot of people that are motivators do not know. And that is this. The definition of motivation is your motive. Your why for what you do. I cannot tell you why you do what you do. But I can inspire you to do what you do. Your why comes from deep within the catacombs of your own soul. And no man, woman, child, judge, or lawyer can tell you or give you a verdict as to what that is. Only you can. You will go through pain. You will go through trials and tribulations. This is part of life. But understand that pain is a teacher whose lessons are more rarely forgotten. Your past does not define you, but it refines you. All of you have a message. All of you have the ability
to improve lives. And you have a duty, an obligation to do so. Do not hide behind a mask. Don't hide behind fancy clothes or a camera or whatever it may be. Don't hide behind your excuses to keep from helping people. Look, man, I ain't going to keep this speech too long because I know that y'all are tired and y'all ready to tell this country bumpkin to sit down so y'all gonna get it. I understand that. But them folks, them homeless people, when I was sitting down beside them and we was enjoying pizza and I was listening to their stories, they ain't had nothing to give me. They can't afford some big expensive course that I'm selling, and I promise you I ain't got nothing to sell you today, I'm sorry. But what I received and what they received out of that situation was more powerful than any amount of money on this planet. See, within solitude, I found gratitude. Within gratitude, I found my purpose. And my purpose is to share messages capable of improving the lives of others. Those people who had no money to give me, they had nothing but time. They gave me the gift to stand up here and share with you. Without them, see, I literally have nearly died on multiple occasions because I said, this diagnosis will not define me. I will do what I was put here to do. I went to Walmart and in fact, you know what? I'm gonna skip over to Walmart. I'm gonna get a little real with you, tell you something kind of personal. Is that y'all okay with that? All right. I was working at a place. It was a old grocery store and broke downtown just outside of nowhere. See, I was bagging groceries as the customers began flooding in, which sent me into the beginning stages of a panic attack. And when I hit the ground, my body curled up and I felt the not so unfamiliar weight of an elephant on my chest. All I could hear over my own heartbeat was the disgruntled screams of the woman I had just been bagging groceries for. Why would you have a retard working for you? What's wrong with you people? Talk about lighting a fire in your soul. Make your blood run cold. Well, a few hours later, my employer approached me with my final check. And she said, she had a write-up slip. It said, you are disruptive and incapable of working around others. So here's your final check. Well, you know, it was a long walk home on that cold Friday morning. It was an even longer walk up the stairs of my home where I said my goodbyes in a letter and proceeded to hang myself from the second story window. You see how that turned out, didn't you? But something beautiful came from all of this. And it came in another tragedy. See, I endured this several times. Many stories, all with the same ending. They just played a different tune. One day, after being doused with gasoline, told I had 3 seconds to run, and 6 young men with a chip on their shoulders lit jumbo-sized Roman candles and chased me through the woods, saying, "Burn, cracker, burn, boy." I went home that night. I loaded up a 410 shotgun. Can't carry the shell with me on an airplane or I'd bring it here to show you. I put that gun to my mouth, I pulled the trigger with my toe and heard a click. The round didn't go off. I keep that round by my bed because something came from that.
there's a place down where I'm from called Cane Creek, and down there there's eagles that live. Beautiful, majestic creatures. They have massive nests, and I was sitting there watching them fly, and because I said, it just calms me down, you know. And I looked up and I saw their nest, and I was like, man. The most beautiful things in this world are made up of tiny broken pieces, brought together to do something great. Each one of us have faced fires. We've been burned. But understand that the strongest steels are forged in the hottest fires. Each of you are compiled of broken pieces. So please, I'm begging you, as a man who has attempted to take my own life, has endured my friends killing themselves due to some of the same issues. I've laid in hospital beds and broke down and asked God, why? Why would you do this to me, man? Why you give all the bad people all the rewards? They make the big money. They get the nice cars. I'm just a country boy from the sticks. I guess I don't matter too much to you. But I'm asking you, please, from the bottom of my heart, from the catacombs of my soul, share your message. Take your trials, tribulations, and understand that your mess is your message. Your pain is your power. Your greatest challenges are your greatest strengths. Do not, by any means, deny this world what it needs. Because here, look, each and every person in here, we've heard all day long about these amazing books that people have written. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill was the very first motivational book I ever read. Read it 11 times and listened to the audio book of it 122 times. 122.3 technically. And think about it, by a show of hands, how many people's lives were impacted by that book? How many hands would have come up if that book was never written? None. You have books inside you. You have a message inside of you. Every person is a book worth reading if you will only look past the cover and pick a page. And you know, the value you find may not be on every page. It may not be in every paragraph. It may be one line, one sentence, at the right time, in the right place. So please, share your message. Be the blessing for others and you will live within blessings. There is no greater purpose in this world than service to others. Thank you.
Now you see why I put some of these people on my stage, right?